Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you all for joining me at this time. I'm coming on to do a very quick love reading for you all. If you find this resonates with you in any way, please be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. If you want to get your own personal reading by me, you can always email me and reserve a personal reading, 30-minute or 1 hour sessions over the phone with me, where you can ask as many questions as you like, okay? Any subject. Also, if you want to order any of my other services, you can always email me for my tarot cards that I've created, my book, my Ancestors Money, miniature altars, whatever you'd like to order, email me. Let's jump right in, y'all. So what is it that you need to know concerning love? Mask. Honestly, I pretend to be someone I'm not because being vulnerable feels uncomfortable. So somebody is wearing a mask with you. They're afraid to be vulnerable, so they pretend to be someone that they're not. So maybe they play hard, maybe they play tough, maybe they play like they just wear this poker face, they're just too cool for school. You see what I'm saying? So let's see. It also says painful memories. So this person might do this because they have a lot of painful memories. They might have gone through a lot, but the reality is they want to kiss you, okay? I want to kiss you is what this says here. Let me see, what does these painful memories have to do with you? It says, I need to work on myself. I'm trying to clear my head. So it's not personal, okay? These painful memories that they are dealing with are things that they have accumulated, I feel, prior to you. So this may not be a situation where, well, I can't really gauge whether you've known this person for a long time or not, but it is giving this energy of them being very distant and trying to play cool, as if they're not thinking of you. So I have guilt. Hurting you was never my intentions, but now it's hurting me too. So I feel like this is like that energy of hurt people hurt people. So whoever this person is, now they feel guilty. What's causing them to feel guilty about hurting you, though? Worry. I'm not sure if this is a good idea. I'm overthinking everything. What will everyone else think? So they're very worried. I think they're starting to realize that they was overly focused on other people's opinions. And that could be how they hurt you. That's probably what they're feeling guilty about. They're feeling guilty for not giving this a try, for not giving you a try, for not, going based on their own feelings and not being overly concerned about what other people thought and what other people felt. So now they feel guilty about that. Now they're worried. Let's see. I'm unavailable. See, they're worried because maybe at that time they might have been with someone. They might have been dealing with someone at that time. They may have been overly concerned about what that person would think. But I mean, rightfully so. I mean, if they're dealing with someone, they should be concerned about how that person feels. But I'm wondering if they was honest with you about that. Let me see. So this says ghost. I won't stay for long. I'm sorry. So this person could have very well ghosted you. So that could be what happened. Like they just went silent on you. They never told you what was going on in their heart and their mind. You never really understood how they felt about you. This person just disappeared out of your energy. And so they really desire to be around you. I feel like maybe in some cases, they might have said some things that put you in a bad light. Okay. I don't feel like this is the case for most of you, but in some cases, they might have said some things that put you in a bad light. And now they're worried about what people would think if they do come back towards you. Okay. They got a lot of cleaning up to do, is what it sounds like for some of these people. So I have the Seven of Pentacles in a reverse. They might have come to the realization that something that they invested a lot of time and energy into just wasn't worth it. It reaped no fruit. And here you are with this kind, loving heart, very generous, very emotionally available, very compassionate, nurturing. They missed that. I feel like they poured their energy into situations where, again, there was no success. It was work without results. But you gave so openly, so freely, it seems like, when it comes to your love and just being there for this person. And now they're starting to see the value in what you really brought into their life. But see, now they're feeling like they missed out on the opportunity with you. Yeah, the Three of Wands is in a reverse. They're not very optimistic about where things could go. I feel like this person, they expect that there's going to be some sort of delay or that you may not even be waiting for them anymore. You may have moved on, okay? This person feels like they might be stuck with the options that they chose over you. And they don't want those options. It's like they're feeling like they missed out on a great opportunity to be with a good person. They made a bad investment, and now, yeah, they want to come out of their head. They feel trapped. This person they limited themselves through self-limiting beliefs, and they was their biggest inner critic. Like they was overthinking times 1,000, very, very nervous about what this would look like. In some cases, this could be a relationship where it's very different from what this person is accustomed to, very different from what other people would expect them to engage in. And so I feel like in order to avoid having to explain themselves, or, deal with the backlash of other people's opinions, they thought it would just be best to just surrender to what other people wanted for them. And they ended up finding out that that's definitely not what they wanted for themselves. The death card is here. This person has gone through a major transformation, though, and I feel like there's been a lot of endings in their life here. In a lot of cases, this person is under the assumption that it's completely over. I just heard, is it over? Justice is in a reverse. They know they was unfair, though. That's the thing. Like, they know they have to make this right. Seven of Wands in a reverse. I don't even feel like it's giving this energy where if you had a dog in the fight, if at one point you was pressing, maybe not pressing this person, but being a little bit more persistent or showing a little bit more interest, I feel like at this point it's very clear you're not pressed. You're not even interested in putting forth any measure of effort to try and prove to this person that you're genuine. I feel like eventually you became overwhelmed. Maybe at some point this person even kind of messed with your confidence a little bit, just by the way that they was responding, because I feel like you felt something with this person. You knew that there was something there, but because this person was not receptive, or they wore this poker face, it made you feel like maybe you was tripping. Had you lost your mind? Maybe even made you question your discernment when it comes to love. But you wasn't off at all. This person could have gaslit you, made you think that it was all in your head when in fact it was not. This person knows that they was wrong. So they do feel guilty about that. So then you also have the Two of Cups. See, I'm telling you, it wasn't just in your head. The Hangman is at the bottom of the deck. So they're starting to see you from a totally different light. I feel like they saw you back then, okay, but they wanted to act like they didn't see you. There's the Eight of Wands. This person wants to come in and communicate. They was real petty. So the Two of Cups is definitely a soulmate connection, but it says foolish. I feel like an idiot for the choices I've made. I wasn't thinking clearly at the time, okay? They feel foolish because realistically, this was y'all. Like you really did have a bond. You really did have a tight connection. It could have really blossomed into something beautiful. But with the Hangman, I feel like this person decided to make certain sacrifices. They sacrificed their relationship with you, and they ended up just stuck. And now they've had enough time to pause and really think about this. And so there's this energy of surrender. They're enlightened. They're seeing things differently than before. Is it too late, though? So this says here, my heart is opening and I'm ready. Now their heart is opening, Let me see how y'all feel about this. How do you all feel about this person coming back towards you? I just heard for some of you, this could be a surprise. You have obligations. I want to get away from the burdens I have to deal with, right? But I want to get away with the burdens. I want to get away from the burdens I have to deal with, but I'm stuck right now. I feel like you got a lot going on. You have a lot going on. You have a lot of obligations. It might be hard for you to even make room for this person at this point. I feel like, when you connected with them in the past, you were open, your heart was open, but at this point, you're busy. You're focused on other things. Secrets. I hear something from you and I'm afraid to tell you about it. Maybe you feel like this person may not be as honest, or they hid important details. Let me clarify if I can get anything about this secret. So I have here walls. I feel like I can't get through to you. Please let me in. Yeah, you might still feel like if this person comes back in, they're still being secretive. They're still, wearing a mask. And you might feel like you just don't have time for it. Influences, I'm distracted right now. Didn't I just say you may feel like you don't have time for it? You're going to come through like, look, I got obligations. I'm distracted. This person, they'll be lucky if they're able to get a conversation up out of you. Surrender. I can't be apart from you much longer. So they're going to want you to surrender. They're hoping that your guards will be down and that you'll let them in. This is really very difficult for them to not be able to communicate with you directly. And you just seem like you're just completely uninterested and unfazed. And I don't think that you're putting on a show or facade. I feel like that's the reality. This person had the opportunity to be in your energy and they squandered that. They took advantage of your love. It says, I want to reach out, but I don't know how. So yeah, they're trying to figure it out. I feel like this person is biting their nails. They have some sort of nervous habit, whether it's smoking, they're doing something habitually that's like a coping mechanism because they really want to reach out. So I can definitely see where it says no strings. I want to be close to you, but I'm not ready for a commitment. So if this person is coming in, I feel like if they're coming in with this no strings attached energy, let me see how you'll feel about that. I don't think many of y'all are going for it. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. That's an energy of bringing things to a halt. It's like, well, I guess you stuck like Chuck then. You may be bored with that. You may feel like it's not even worth putting forth even the small measure of effort if they're coming in like that. Yeah, devil, you feel like it's toxic. It's like, okay, if all you want is lust or sexual fulfillment or desires from that angle, I feel like you feel like that's too toxic and it's not worth your time. So you much rather explore new things, okay, new connections. Let me see. I'm going to get a card for this devil energy here. But I feel like this person, they may approach you in a very flirtatious way. They may approach you in a very sexually explicit manner. And they're hoping to get a reaction from that. I mean, so let me see. The devil is clarified by Six of Swords. Yeah, I told you, you're not going for it. You might just be like, look, I'll move on in a totally different direction because you know it's better out there. You know it's people out there that's willing to, travel this path with you for the long haul. And I feel like you are willing to wait until that energy comes into your life here. Yeah, look at that. The King of Wands. So rather than dealing with this person who will approach you as a page, you will most certainly easily wait for a king or a queen to come into your energy. Nine of Cups, because you know what you deserve. You know what brings you happiness. You've already met a certain level of fulfillment from within independently without the influence of anyone else, but you found this happiness from within. And so you're not going to accept anything less than your wish fulfillment. And so while you are very open to someone who has a healthy sex drive, I feel like you're definitely not open to someone who's only driven by sex and thinking that that's supposed to pull you in and bind you to them. And that's supposed to be satisfactory. It would be a completely toxic and karmic situation. And you know your value. So look at that. You are ready for an emperor. Come on with it. So some of y'all are like, look, King of Wands is cool. I definitely don't want no page. Okay. King of Wands is a step up, but yeah, no. Let me get my emperor. I know that's right. You want somebody that's mature, that's stable, that's solid, that's already been there, done that. Like this is somebody who that stuff does not move them in a way where it's going to take them off their throne. They understand the value of patience and taking their time and making sure that they check all boxes. This person is a leader. They're very respectful, very stable. This is someone who's structured. This is someone who has self-discipline. This is a great father figure. This is a protector. This is someone who likely has their own business or they really established themselves where people respect them. They value them. This person is very focused, okay? Very, like I said, controlled, very practical. So this is what you want, something that's far more stable and secure. And so, yeah, I feel like a lot of y'all are just going to say, yep, you're going to reject it. Like, no, negative, I'm good. Okay, I'm good. Because you know that something better will come along. So that's what I'm seeing for you all. I hope this message brought you clarity. Like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Let me know what you all think, and I'll talk to y'all next time.